I'm Kurt Thompson, trumpet, trombone, let's mention them all. Tuba, euphonium, baritone, flugelhorn, cornet, French horn, horn. I do it all. And this is a great exercise that you can do, and we're kind of making an experiment. And the experiment is, if you increase your air pressure, will you be able to improve and increase your high notes, your high range, your upper register? I mean, that's what we all want. That's the holy grail to brass playing. Otherwise, you are stuck. You are stuck in a very limited range on the instrument, and you can't make as much music. So here we go. The idea is to blow through a straw to a coin or at a coin on a flat, smooth surface. And your goal is just to be able to budge it. You don't have to move it a certain distance. You just want to be able to budge that coin, make it move a little bit. And the idea is that if you're blowing through this, you have to put more of a squeeze, more pressure, and compress this air to be able to move the quarter. Now, for those of you who don't live in the US of A, and you live in, I don't know, Mexico, or China, or UK, I'm sure that you guys have coins. In fact, the euro, I'll get some measurements for you so that you can compare apples to apples. But these coins weigh a certain amount of grams, and I believe the quarter is somewhere around 6 or 700 grams, or 6 or 7 grams? I don't know. I'll do the grams because most of the world doesn't go in ounces like we do over here. So I'll figure out what the grams is, because that's kind of universal, isn't it? If you're not an American, you think in terms of the metric system. But I'll put that up so you'll know what this weighs. But I got this idea from another individual who also teaches brass, and this is the first time I've heard or seen it. And I thought, what the heck? You can go through all my videos, of which there's almost 1,400 now. You won't see me doing anything like this because I've never heard of it before, as a tool for increasing your high range, and as an experiment to see how's it going to work. So this is, you're with me in real time, seeing what's going to happen. So let's start off with 1/4, and you'll probably see pop up on the screen a little title about maybe what this quarter weighs versus the euro. So that way, like I've already explained, you can kind of compare apples to apples. So according to what I saw, you can get as close to the coins as you want, but you're just not allowed to touch it. Now, you can't get up there and move the coin with the straw. You can't do that. That defeats the purpose. You're not going to help yourself. You're not doing yourself any favors. You want to be able to just blow enough air to move the quarter. So here we go. This is 1/4 only. And by the way, this is just a normal straw. See if we can get it up there. It's like a normal kind of straw that you would get at, I guess, McDonald's, Burger King, I don't know, any kind of fast food place, just a normal straw. So get one that looks about like this, your typical straw that you'd use, put in a lemonade or Coke or whatever you like to drink, or tea. So here we go. Easy enough. So, and by the way, you're probably wondering, what is this contraption I got it on? It is a Yamaha studio speaker, and I have a couple of them here when I work on some recordings. It's not high fidelity, it's a studio speaker, so it gives you a very true sound of what's been recorded. And I just picked this up because it is about the right height. Now, kind of as a handicap to me, this is not it's kind of a ridged surface. It's not the smooth, shiny surface that someone else recommended you use. So I might actually be handicapping myself. Ideally, you can see that there's kind of a ridge here. It's not totally smooth. If you're able to get a totally smooth glass-like or marble kind of tile that's very, very smooth, you probably might do a little bit better than what I'm going to do for yourself. You're not going to do better than me, I'll say that, but you're going to do better than you would if you tried it maybe on something like this. That was 1/4. Let's try a 2/4. All right. This one's kind of dirty, but doesn't really matter, I don't think. 2/4 now. See if I can move it. Okay, pretty easy. 2 quarters. And let me just set these up here so I don't have to keep walking out of the camera. So I got some quarters down there. And obviously, this would be stupid of me to put the quarter way out there because then I'm blowing harder. So let me scoot these up here and make it a little easier on myself. 3 quarters now. I'm going for 3. Okay, so all you got to do is move them. Let's go for 4. I'll probably have the grams of what 4 quarters weighs versus what 2 or 3 euros weigh, etc. Or what is it, 2 pence or sterling, whatever you guys are using. I'll figure it out. I'll put it up there. Here we got 4 quarters now. I can still move it. I hope you're seeing that. So there's 4. And I don't obviously want it to get on the wet spot because that's going to increase the friction. So now we got 5. Can I move 5? 5 quarters. Can I do it? Okay, 5 moved. What about 6? Let's try 6. Ready? Harder. You saw that? Just a little bit of a delay. 6 quarters. Let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's add another one. 7. Now I'm guessing we're going to get, you may not be able to do this many. You may have got stopped out at 4 or 5. I don't know, but I'm guessing for most of you, intermediate and advanced players, you're probably going to get stopped out right around here. So here's 7. Getting harder. That was 7. Okay, here's 8. Now at 8, I'm just going to say that probably most of you advanced players are going to have trouble budging 8 quarters. And I'll have the grams up there. But I think that most of my professional brass musicians, whether you play tuba or bass bone or trumpet or cornet or horn, doesn't really matter, or trombone, you're probably going to be able to move 8. So here we go. So there's 8. And you can see where this is kind of wet. I need to kind of dry that off because that's probably not going to help me out. If this gets wet, then we're talking about a resistance that's going to make it not a real true test, you know, what we want. We want this to be dry. You would think that maybe if it's wet, it would be easier, but it's not. Okay, so where are we at? I hope you're finding this a fun adventure. I'm finding it a fun adventure. But I didn't even need to have myself do it to know that I'm probably going to do a lot better than just about anybody out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going for 9. 9. Okay, where's my straw? Here we go. Here we go. We're going for 9 quarters. Got it? Okay. Now let's go for 10. I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to get 9. I think I'm going to be able to get a few more. So I'll have the weight. This is a real test. You're seeing it almost in real time, at least real time for me with this video. Here's 9. Okay. Not only did I move the stack, I also blew them off the stack. So let's wipe this down. Again, it doesn't maybe seem logical to you guys watching it that if it's wet, you would think that if it's wet, it's going to make them slippery, right? Not so. So, in fact, the bottom quarter here is wet. Let me just wipe that down a little bit. Okay, what do we got here now? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, coming up on 11. Looks like I'm gonna have to get more quarters. Okay. What did I say, 11? Here we go. Now I'm gonna start getting serious. I'm gonna really take a full breath. Okay. That's 11. Let me get another quarter. Okay, so that's what we got here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Anybody still with me on this? I'm guessing probably not. But if you can do this, I mean, you need to comment in the section and have a video. If you're saying that you can do this, I want to see you do it, and everybody else does too. So we got 12 quarters there. That's a lot of weight, and let's see what happens. Didn't move it at all. Let me try it one more time. Okay, there we go. I guess I'm going to be out of luck on 13. What do you guys think? Who thinks that I'm not going to get 13? I think maybe I might not get 13. That 12 was iffy. I had to make a second attempt on it. Okay, so we got 12. That's a lot of weight. We have another quarter here. So here's going to be 13. Who wants to bet me right now that I'm going to get it? I'm going to bet that maybe I won't get it. That's a lot of weight to move with your breath, folks. Here we go. Let me take a big breath now. Let me practice what I preach. Would you look at that? Did you see that? Now, I'm not believing that myself. That's 13. Let me count them again so you know I'm not BSing you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, shit. Okay. You see what I get for trying to be the good guy here, try to be honest? Here we go. Let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now here's what I did last time. 13, 14. 14, ladies and gentlemen. 14. I'm going to really have to double down now. I'm going to increase my bet. I'm going to double down. 14. I have to say that the odds are highly against me doing 14. And I'm going to say that none of you are doing 14. Okay? How do I know that? Because I've taught thousands. Well, that's not fair to say hundreds, but enough hundreds to get up around 13, 14, 1,500 people in my lifetime. And I've worked with professionals at all levels. I just know most players, the best players, are not going to be able to get 14. And so don't feel bad. And I'm not going to feel bad if I can't get it either, but I am going to practice what I preach. I am going to take a full, complete diaphragmatic breath. Here we go. Wow. Okay, now, maybe it's because I'm getting more aggressive because I don't want to lose, right? Let me pick up the pieces down here. Okay, so 14. I mean, are you believing this? If you're trying this at home, you stopped out at 6 or 7 or 8, you're probably thinking, what the F? This motherfucker, you got 14, no way, he's got to be cheating. I'm not cheating, I'm doing it painstakingly slow so you guys can see exactly what's going on here. Now that was, what did I say, was that 14? I believe that was 14, so we're going to add 1 and we'll make it 15. 15 quarters, and I will have the grams for you. My guess, I don't know, what are we at? What did I say? It's around 7 grams or so per each. Is that for a quarter? Something like that, right? 6, 7 grams. So if we're at, let's say 7 grams, and I'll have the exact amount up. But 7 times 15 would be, what would that be? Well, it's probably not 7. I don't know. Maybe it's 6 for a quarter. If we just did, let's say it's 6 grams per quarter, and I'll have the exact amount out. I'm just, I don't have it in front of me. But if it's 6 grams a quarter, and you have 15 there, what are we at? Is that 90? That's like 90, right? So that's 90 grams, people. I mean, you can feel the weight. That is 90 grams. Serious weight to move just with your air alone. So here we go. I'm guessing it's close to 90. I might be a little bit off on either side, but it's 15 US quarters. And I'm gonna get aggressive again. I guess that's been helping me on the last couple, but I'm gonna use my diaphragmatic breathing, and I'm going to employ my Bud Brisbois wedge breath to give me a little extra advantage. Now, for those of you who haven't studied with me, you may not know what those are. And even though you may know what they are, probably you're not doing it correctly. If you haven't studied with me, I have a certain way to do it that's very effective in being able to increase your compression. So here we go. This is 15. I'm going to pull out some of my own techniques. Woo! In fact, did you hear that whistle? We're talking about extremely fast air, folks. And I'm guessing at this point all around the world that there is no brass player that has kept up with me on 15. So let's add another one. I mean, your professors with MM after their name and MA and PhD and DMA, no, they got stopped out long ago. And most of those guys play their horn, you know, once or twice a year anyway. So I just know that they won't be able to do it. But you orchestral players, and you guys tend to work on your airflow, right? Yeah, I know that you do. I'm not talking about amateurs. I'm talking about you professional players, the ones where you went to the audition. There was like 800 of you trying out for that one spot in that symphony. That's what I'm talking about. I know you guys work on your breathing and you work on your airflow, but I don't think that you're doing what I'm doing here. What I do is something more specialized about compressing air. And it's about 2 octaves higher than where your typical daily work is at. So you can learn something from this particular study. I knew I was going to do good. I didn't know I was going to do this good. I thought maybe 10, 11, 12 quarters. Where are we at? Are we at 16? I'm going to go ahead and try it. There's always somebody out there who's better than you. Got that? Always, even me. There is always someone, someplace, somewhere on this planet that's better than you. Don't rest on your laurels. Don't be satisfied. Keep progressing. In fact, I recently heard a quote from somewhere. Who said this? They wanted to know what makes people happy. And the answer was progress. It wasn't winning the lotto. It wasn't being the person with the most degrees and suffixes after their name. It wasn't the person with the most status, like say President of the United States. It wasn't the person that was the strongest or the fastest. It's progress. I started thinking about that. I was like, you know, progress. You make progress for yourself. It does make you happy. If you're better now than where you were a year ago, chances are that made you happy. So think about that. Progress. Progress is what will bring happiness to you. So I got 16 quarters. I think you guys are probably in a party, you know, after a band concert, right? After a gig, you're all watching this video, and now it's time to place your bets. If you haven't seen this video, place your bets. Will I or will I not be able to just simply with my air move 16 quarters? And we got to be getting close to 100 grams, people. You'll see it flash up on your screen exactly what it is, but we have to be close to 100 grams. And remember, I'm not doing this on a shiny, flat surface, you know, say like granite. Well, if you got a smooth granite or marble tile, something like that, or glass. I'm not doing that. This has a ridge on the speaker, so let's just try 16. I will employ some of the techniques I teach others in my 16-week upper register course. I have many breathing techniques, and I'm going to be employing diaphragmatic breathing in my Bud Brisbois wedge breath. I'm going to use Bud Brisboy's wedge breath and diaphragmatic breathing. We're going to see if I can move almost 100 grams. Thank you, Bud Brisboy. Yes. Okay. You know, it's just ludicrous when someone says, you know, you shouldn't judge trumpet players and trombone players. So there's no competition. It's just music. We're all being... That is like 100% bullshit. There's no competition? Really? Everything is competition. Even if you're a farmer that milks cows, there's competition there. You know, even if you sit out on your porch and drink lemonade and watch the grass grow, there's competition. There's competition everywhere, but especially in this music industry. Here we go. Now let's get some competition going right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, did I miscount? 15, I must have miscounted. Oh, because they fell off the end here. What was that? Was that 15? I'm trying to make this uncut video so you know there's no trick photography or shenanigans going. Was that 15? There should have, I think some of them fell off, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, hold on. I want this to be an honest representation. I don't want any tomfoolery. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We know that's 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. I'll be running out of quarters. 17. You saw that 17. I got one more to make 18. I'm going to get stopped out of here probably right about now. I would have thought many quarters ago. So that's 17, right, folks? 17. All right. Let me say a little prayer to Bud Brisboy. Give me the strength, Bud. Come on, baby. Here we go. Normal straw. There you go. Look through it, baby. Look through it. Where is it? Right, see? No tricks, no shenanigans, no snake oil, none of that bullshit. Here we go. Diaphragmatic breath. Bud Brisboy wedge breath. And man, I'm unstoppable. Here we go. I'm going to be running out of quarters, folks. What was that? 17, 18 now. 18 quarters. And I wanted to make this a video that's uncut. Right now it's uncut. But if I have to look for some damn quarters, you know what? I still might let the camera run. I'll just go. I think there's some quarters next room. Here we go. 18. Oh, got harder. I'm going to leave the camera running and let me get a couple more quarters. I'm trying to make this whole thing uncut. Hold on. I know what you're thinking. No, I am not heterosexually challenged. I am not gay. It just so happens we have a very cute piggy bank. And there are some coins in here. And I have a funny feeling there's going to be some quarters. So let's, okay, there's a couple right there. Are you taking bets on when I'm going to get stopped up? I thought it would have been around 13 people, but I wasn't using the Bud Brisboy wedge breath at that point, so that, and I got more aggressive with the diaphragmatic breathing. What do we have, 17? Or is that 18? Let's do another count. Okay, we want to make this all legit. So here we go. Get that water off there. There's 1. You with me? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It was 18, wasn't it? 18. Woo. 19. I'm really going to be interested to figure out what the gram weight is on 19 US quarters. What is the gram weight on it? I'm just going to go on a limb and say there's none of you that are able to do this, okay? None. If you take my course, and if you're already a professional with a good double C, and you know that's a good octave and a third below where I'm at, but if let's just say you have a good double C and you take my course, then you probably will be able to do something like this. But right now, I don't care who you are or where you are, you're likely not to be able to do this. So here we go, 19 quarters. Be interesting to figure out what the gram weight is. It's actually heavy. It is heavy. So here we go. Let me say a little prayer to Bud Brisboy. Okay, Bud up there. I think Bud could be up in heaven in one of his Porsches, you know? Bud used to sell Porsches. You know, he kind of got out of the music business in the 70s just for a little bit. And I believe he started selling used Porsches, maybe new Porsches in maybe the Phoenix, Tucson area, somewhere in Arizona. So he did get out of the music business just for a little bit, and then he got back in. Anyway, maybe he's up there driving around in some Porsche and he's looking down. Maybe he's laughing at me, okay? He's probably laughing because he could probably do like 30 quarters, you know? I'm sure Bud Brisboy would totally annihilate me if we had to get on a gig. I would not want to go against Bud Brisboy. Not for the kind of stuff that he and I do. I mean, he would just totally kick my butt. I mean, that's how good he was. Pretty much unbeatable. So he's probably laughing at me now. Maybe he can do 40 quarters. I don't know. But I'm at 19 and I'm competing with myself. Here we go. I'm going to do my diaphragmatic breath, and then I'm going to supercharge and turbocharge my compression with the Bud Brisboy wedge breath, the only original wedge breathing. Don't let anybody tell you there's anything else. There's somebody else did it. You already heard my rant about that. Bud Brisboy developed and came up with the wedge breath, and I'm going to do it right now. 19 quarters. Lay your bets. Oh, that didn't count, folks. I actually moved it a little bit with the straw, but it did not move with the breath. So let me try it again. I'm being an honest Abe here. And for those of you who are not Americans, honest Abe means honest Abraham Lincoln, because supposedly he was very, very honest. Okay, my second attempt on 19 quarters. 19 quarters, here we go. Okay, let me get the spirit of Bud Brisboy in me. Come on, Bud, come on. Don't let me get stopped out. It'd be cool to get stopped out on 20. There we go. Diaphragmatic breath, and then the wedge breath. Bud Brisboy wedge breathing. Boom! Thank you, Bud. Thank you, Bud Brisboy. Yes. I'm stoked. Okay, that means I get to go for 20. I get to go for 20. This is crazy. Okay, I get to go for 20, folks. it looks like I really have a lot to be thankful, and I have to thank Bud Brisboy. You know, Maynard Ferguson is the greatest trumpet player ever, but we're talking about a pure all-around talent. I mean, Maynard could have done everything, and I think Maynard was asked a long time ago when he was a young man, if he could have gone into orchestral music or just been a totally legit classical player. Why didn't he do that? And I'll have to go back and find out what that quote was, but he just said that he would have been too bored, that he just would have not been able to sit still. So, but he said that if he had focused on legit and classical, then he probably would have rewritten history in that regard. I mean, probably he would have been able to outdo Maurice Andre. But he is the best trumpet player ever. But when we're talking about specific niches, now he could play, you know, around Bud Brisboy and certain things, and his tone also was better in my opinion in the sound. But when it came to pure precision in the upper register, especially the upper register beyond double C, Maynard could not compete with Bud Brisboy in that arena. Bud Brisboy had sheer precision from double G all the way up to triple C, and you can even hear him doing tongue and fanfare kind of stuff up to triple Gs. Maynard couldn't do that. So in this specific realm of upper register, extreme upper register, Bud Brisboy actually had him beat, even though Maynard totally rounded, all around best trumpet player ever. So here we go. We're going for 20 quarters. How about a drum roll? Let me throw a drum roll in there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think the buck stops here. That's 20 quarters. You saw it. We're not doing any tomfoolery here. No shenanigans. All right. You seeing this? 20 quarters. Let's go for it. And I'll put up the grams. This has to be an amazing amount of weight, way over 100 grams. I'm going out on a limb here, just a guess. Way over 100 grams. Diaphragmatic breathing, and then my wedge breath, Bud Brisboy wedge breath. We'll see if I can move 20 quarters. There we go. Unfreaking believable. Do you see that? I'm almost wanting to failure because I want to stop this video. Okay, that's 20. 21. 21, here we go. Fail. Okay, 21 stopping me out. 21 stopping me out, folks. 21. No tomfoolery, no shenanigans, no snake oil, no smoke and mirrors. What you're seeing is real time uncut. That's a freak load of weight to move with your breath, folks. A lot of weight. This helps. This is compressing the air. And for those of you who are not trying this and thinking that I'm acting ridiculous, If you haven't tried this, I am not acting ridiculous. This is hardcore. This is hardcore to move this kind of weight with your breath. It's another one of these exercises that I've been showing you guys that I love that doesn't require you to be rich. It doesn't require you to own a $400 mouthpiece. It doesn't require you to have a $3,000, $5,000, or $10,000 instrument. It just requires you to have enough change and a straw. And to work on something like this, I don't care where you live. If you live in a country that's not as rich as the US and you just don't have that much money, you can get the coins and you get the straw and you can start to make yourself better, right? That's what I love about some of these exercises I've been putting up recently. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to have an amazing professional horn or an expensive mouthpiece. You could live out in the boonies somewhere in some country and still come up with this and be able to work on bettering your musicianship. Here we go for 21. I think I might make this my last attempt because this video is going to be long enough as it is. And I want to say some closing remarks. So here we go, going for 21. If it stops me out, it stops me out. Diaphragmatic breath, and then the Bud Brisboy. By the way, you know how to spell it? Bud, B-U-D, Brisboy. B, I'm saying B like boy. B-R-I-S, like Sam. B like boy, O-I-S. Brisboy. It looks like you might pronounce it Brisbois, but no, Brisboy. B-R-I-S-B-O-U-S, Brisboy. That's how he pronounced it. Here we go. Probably the final time for me to try this. That's it, folks. Wow. Almost threw my neck out on that one. I'm not joking around, man. Whew. Slip a disc. Okay, you are looking at 20 quarters. I'll have the grams up there. And I'm guessing most of you professional brass players, I don't care if you play tuba or trumpet or cornet or horn. I don't care if you're the principal in some nationally or internationally known symphony. I'm guessing you got stopped out somewhere around 10, maybe, or 11 or 12, but you are not doing 20. I'm willing to bet this stack of quarters on what I just told you. If you would like to learn this strength, you need to get involved in my 16-week upper register, high range, high note, and endurance improvement course. It is the holy grail to brass playing. It is the best and most successful course, proven. So I'm saying that to you because it's my course, but so many other people are also saying it that went through my course. There is no course that can compete. There is no course that has the amount of successful graduates than my course, the 16-week upper register course. The Claude Gordon, Stevens, Anderson, Reinhardt, Adam, Caruso, Baldwin, who are we missing here? Maggio, Stamps, on and on and on. There is no course out there that is backed up by the successful brass students saying how awesome this course was and what they got out of it than my course. I have to toot my horn. I'm proud of it. There's no course that comes close to it. And the simple answer for that is because each course that I mentioned and others that I might forgot tend to rely on one approach or one technique. That's why they fail. My course has 75 techniques systematically come in your direction, infused with momentum for 16 weeks. You cannot take my course and come out the other end the same player. You will come out, in some cases, almost godlike. You know, people will love to be able to play like you do and have that range when you finish my 16-week course. I might have to add this and make it technique number 76, although I probably won't call it that. I'll probably call it a bonus technique. This might be a worthy technique to add to my course. I mean, just imagine if you found out your max quarters and you started practicing that a couple times a day, you wouldn't have to start off at 1. Like for me, maybe I should get out 15 and spend 5 or 10 minutes a day just going from 15 to 20. Might do something like that because I would like to improve upon where I'm at. Although this is pretty amazing right here. 20 quarters, I got stopped out. This is the 21st quarter right there. That stopped me out. 20 quarters I moved. I hope you found this enjoyable. If you don't have an open mind, then you will continue being you and you won't get any better. You have an open mind. You're willing to put your money where your mouth is. You're willing to do some work and you will improve. I'm Kurt Thompson, trumpet, and I teach all of you brass players. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.